your mark, ready, set, let's go.
Yeah, baby.
On your mark, ready, set, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to swing, baby. Yeah.
Getting jiggy with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's freedom, baby. Yeah.
Getting jiggy with it.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Getting jiggy with it.
Smashing, baby.
Count of three. I want everybody the place to be. To make some noise if you're down with me. 1, 2, 3.
Rock your body. What? Everybody. Rock your body,
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Unbelievable. And
We need water. We have no food. Snorkel to your left is going on.
A strong statement. And the mayor raises a question that I guess is on a lot of minds this morning, Lou. How could something like this happen twice?
And he's demanding some answers.
He's demanding answers, and as I recall, in 1965...
The 1977 National...
Air conditioning, traffic signals, television. What it did have in the dark streets was a wild outburst of crime. Arson, looting, mugging, and
Thousands were stranded in the city when airlines, commuter trains, and subways were knocked out of service. Thousands of others, all ages, took to the streets just for the fun of it. After all, New York City...
Known to police as the .44 caliber killer, David Berkowitz called himself the son of Sam, and by the time he was caught, he had killed 6 people.
Cab drivers multiplying their meters. One of the sad commentaries was the fact that some people in stalled subways refused to leave the cars. The reason? They were afraid.
Way back, and Piniella jump. Oh, got it. Fly ball hit the left center. It's a fight, the same kind of pitch. He threw to Dusty Baker, and there's no... You cannot give good hitters like Chris Chambliss or Jackson the upper hand. Has the ability to hit the ball out as time is called while Thurman Munson goes to the mound to talk to Don Gullett. His last pinch hit in the regular season this year was a home run. Then
hopefully, but they vividly remember what happened last Friday in Philadelphia. When Christensen, the Philadelphia pitcher, was up, Hooten...
3 after 3.5 innings. Sparky Lyle of the New York Yankees, who has appeared in 2. Clemson's got a pretty decent football team this year. Maybe Georgia Tech back-to-back.
Not too bad, I agree. But our producer, Chuck Howard, was raving about...
Stroked into center. Rivers coming, gets it. Ball line to center field. And he throws a real dancer, let me tell you. When you can get it over, he's almost impossible. Let's go back to an earlier piece of videotape as Charlie talks about his...
The Yankees, the unexpected chance to close out the series in Dodger country. But not if Don Sutton, who has never pitched badly in World Series competition.
Supermarkets, rotting food. For the stock market and most other businesses, well, they stayed closed as city officials urged people to stay at home. Not everyone did.
Get out of here! Get out of here, you freak! Get out of here! Get out of here!
It has to be shut down. Everyone's using a lot of power because they're all running air conditioners. And before you know it, the city is struggling.
And some communities on suburban Long Island and in Westchester County have also been without power. The blackout is believed to have been caused by a major electrical storm moving north of the city.
Bronx region of New York City. That's a live picture, and obviously the fire department in the Bronx.
All I remember was people with stuff.
Injured so far. The police are doing the best they can, calling out more and more manpower as the night wears on.
Yankees 5, Dodgers 3, bottom of the 5th inning. Elias Sosa.
By the time you receive this cassette, I will have kidnapped one of your ladies. Now it's time.
Are back in their car, which is painted to look like a taxi cab. The sergeant is a little apprehensive about the Civic Association riders.
But I don't.
A heck of a game, you know, 5 home runs in a 6-game series, a new record for 6 games, 3 home runs in 1 ball game, and that sort of thing.
People were confused, disillusioned, afraid. All of these emotions.
Ever heard, I'll smash that son of a bitch. That was an era of survive and enjoy yourself.
New York.
Gil, let us interrupt once again. On the line, Catherine Wheeler, public relations spokeswoman for the New York University Medical Center, who can give us some idea of how that particular location...
Computers were stranded. Elevators in Manhattan's fabled skyscrapers suddenly became pockets of terror. Yet, at the outset of the blackout, the mood...
And New York has more Italians than there are in Venice, more Irish than there are in Dublin, and more Jews than in Jerusalem. One guidebook with apparent sincerity.
I just drove up on the sidewalk and I parked the car directly.
Free to operate elsewhere.
25 years I've been in business. I got wiped out in one day. The cops were standing...
News. It read, "Hello from the gutters of New York City, which are filled with dog manure, vomit, stale wine, urine, and
gun, commit mass murder at a Long Island disco, and fight it out with Suffolk police in a blaze of glory."
The car that led police to him, it had been ticketed for being parked by a fire hydrant on the night of the most recent murder, just a few blocks from the murder scene. Routinely...
handwriting and a rifle.
He was apprehended.
Morale in the police department was very low because there had been layoffs and pay freezes. So when they got...
By the time he was caught, Berkowitz had killed 6 people, shooting many as they were sitting and parked
in utter darkness. Everybody's walking around with flashlights, some candles, and it looked like...
And that's what they've done. No violence with the looters. If you confront them, bingo, they give it right up. They'll give you the property. They'll tell you they're...
Come true, but it is a New Yorker's nightmare. The lights are out again in Manhattan, as occurred back in November of 1965. It is now 12:10 on the 14th of July.
Their 21st World Series. They've traced them season long. And that'll get some conversation out of the Dodger dugout, okay?
your mark, ready, set, let's go.
Yeah, baby.
On your mark, ready, set, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to swing, baby. Yeah.
Get jiggy with it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's